Get some minutes.
Ernie, sorry if this was asked, but how much, obviously you've been looking at it for a while, but how much did his work out here, did anything from that impact the season?
Well, that's just a small part of everything we do. We watched him all season, and we followed his progress. And obviously when he came here, we got an opportunity to meet him. We met him in Chicago and spoke to him there. We were impressed with his character and the type of person he is, and his basketball knowledge. You know, we asked him to draw up a last-second play, and he drew up several of them, you know, so he has a good understanding of all those things. And he's a skilled basketball player. Obviously, like any young player, he has a lot of work to do, but he has a lot of the intangibles that I think you need in today's game.
What do you think about his potential as a shooter? He said the percentages maybe didn't reflect what he thinks he can do from three-point range.
Well, he's got a nice stroke, and obviously when you're a freshman coming up to another level, there's just different things you have to work on, and we have a really good player development staff, and we're going to get him to work right away.
Was it I guess one of the decision, obviously Robert Williams filled a specific need.
I'm not going to get into any other players. You know, there are a lot of good players in this draft. We just felt like he was a really good fit. Like I said, he has great character, great work ethic, and I think he's a real team player that brings a lot of intangibles to the table.
But maybe not getting into players, but positions. You know, Robert Williams is a center, and you guys go with the wing, have a lot of wings.
Now we have one more.
But was there any consideration?
Yeah, we consider a lot of players, and we have discussions. And, you know, there's some good players out there. There's some good players left on the board, but we just felt like long-term he was a good fit for our organization, and the kind of things he brings to the table are very valuable.
It seemed like he was one of the fastest kind of risers throughout the last month of this process. How did that kind of go for you guys? Was he on your radar 6 weeks ago? Did he rise very quickly?
He was on our radar, as other guys were. So he rose, but you know, he earned it because of his workouts and his interviews and the type of person that he is.
Do you know if he's in Las Vegas right now?
Yes, I think he is.
Ernie, what's the value of having a variety of good wings with the way the game is played today?
Well, I think it's very important. You have to have a lot of versatility. You have to have players that can play multiple positions, and the skill level in this game has gotten so much better for most players. And he's a highly skilled player. He can handle the ball real well. He can make plays. He has a high basketball IQ. He can get in the lane and find the open players, and he can also finish. So versatility and skill is an important part of the game now.
At the end of the year, Otto gets hurt. At the end of the playoffs, Jody Gaines is suspended. Did you complete your wing depth? Did that sort of having going through that, did that play in your head all in terms of wanting to get some more wing depth?
Well, I think if you look at most teams, most of them have multiple wings. The game is going a little bit smaller. It's going to be more perimeter oriented right now, and we needed a couple more players in that kind of position.
You guys have one more pick in the draft. You got some thoughts, but do you anticipate doing anything else significant other than taking that pick?
Well, I don't know. As long as I'm out here, there's nothing I can do. I'm not on the phones, but we'll see who's available to us in the second round and go from there.
Is there any current or former player who you would say resembles Troy Brown in the way that he plays?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he plays a little bit. You don't want to compare anybody to an NBA player right now because they have to prove it. But he's a skilled player, like I said, with a high basketball IQ, with a good skill level.
Given his age, is it kind of surprising how good of an understanding he has of the game already?
Well, you know, those are the kind of things you can't teach. You either have a good feel for the game or you don't. You can get a little bit better at it as you progress and you get a little bit older, but he just was born, or he, you know, acquired a good feel for the game and a good understanding of the game.
All right, thanks, Ernie. Waiting for this. 6 weeks, I had a break.
Is versatility the key word when talking about this player?
Yeah, we're excited about him. He does a lot of good things on the court. Good size, IQ, and the way the league is going, you have to be able to guard multiple players in our positions, and he can do that. And he can play on the offensive end just as well. He has a good knack for the game. The crazy thing about it, he's 18 years old and he already has a good feel for the game. So with that being said, I'm excited about working with him. I met him in Chicago and I met him here. Saw him work out here, saw him work out in the film, and looking forward to what he brings to our team. And my staff is excited about working with him soon.
I think you heard Ernie right when he said during the workout you guys had him draw up a play. If you can kind of explain what was that about and what did he draw up to kind of like impress you with his basketball team? Yeah,
you know what? It sounds easy to throw a board at somebody in front of a big group and say, okay, draw a play. And I've seen many plays drawn, and I've seen it where there's not 5 players on the floor. So there's all kinds of things, but he really understands the game. And I think for a kid that's 18 years old, that's rare. But he just has a good feel, and I love his length. I love the fact that he can guard 1, 2s, and 3s, and maybe some 4s depending on who he's playing against. And then I think he could be a really good secondary pick and roll player. And you can play him with Brad, you can play him with John, you can play him with Thomas, and you can play him with all kinds of players. Kelly and Otto, I think he just knows how to play, and I think it's going to be a great addition to our team.
With that being said, would he, as a first-round draft pick, is a reasonable expectation that he should be able to crack the rotation?
Well, that's what we're going to have summer and the rest of the summer league and the rest of the summer to work them and get them better and improve them. Then we have September, and then we have training camp. So we have a lot of time that we're going to spend with them. And I take pride, my staff takes pride in developing our guys and making sure they come back better players, the guys that we have now and the guys that we pick tonight. We want to make sure come training camp they're at their best. And who knows? Minutes are there. It's you got to earn them first. We're not just going to give them minutes, but he has the skill set, he has the IQ, he has the versatility that, if things continue to progress the way we think that they can, he might be able to see some time.
He said he takes a lot of pride in his passing. Have you played some point guard? What could that skill set help you do at that position?
I think it's a big part. Passing is contagious. We've been pretty good the last 2 years, and we're talking about that, how we want to take another step. I think we're top 5 the last 2 years in assists. And when you have another ball handler that can make plays, and not just for himself, but he can make scoring opportunities for his teammate, I think guys enjoy playing with guys that can do that. So passing is contagious, and when you're really good at it, like a lot of teams are, it's intimidating for the defense because you always have to chase the ball around. And he has the ability to make some quick plays, and his ball handling is pretty good for a guy his size. That's one thing I was impressed in his workout last week. When we had him, his ball handling, he's able to take the contact and use his strong frame to get inside the key and make plays.
Scott, how important was adding wing depth just in general for you guys after last season?
Well, I think it's important just to give us the versatility. I don't think you can just, we have some versatile players now. Now we added another one, so you don't have to say, okay, this guy is going to be locked into 12 minutes at the shooting guard spot. He can play 1, 2s, and 3s, and that's what I'm excited about, and that's what we want to continue to build our team around, just the versatility that we have, attack playmaking players that we can throw on the floor at the same time.
Once you guys were on the clock, how easy or not easy to get Brown?
Easy. This is a guy that we've been targeting. We talk about, just like chemistry guys, glue guys, and culture guys. This is a guy that I like. I had a great connection with him when we interviewed him in Chicago, and same here. He did a lot of good things on the court, but he said the right things off the court talking to him. But like I said, he has the ability to guard multiple players, and the way the league is going, he's going to have to continue to improve his game, and he has things that we see that he needs to work on. And from what I've been told, he's not afraid of the gym. He's not afraid to get after it and get better. So, 18 years old, he has a lot to improve, and we're going to work him every day to get him better and get him ready for his first training camp.
Scott, in your time coaching, I mean, there had to be a time when a team would look at this and say, we got too many wings. And now it's just, let's go get the best basketball player. Can you just explain, how that conversation has changed in team building?
Yeah, I mean, it's just different. There's not a lot of shooting is premium, and to get more threes, that's what we need. We need to have more threes, 3-point shooters on the floor, and you can either get it with guys that can create it and be able to shoot behind a three off the dribble, or you can get guys that can attack to create kick-out threes, and I think he can be that type of guy. His three, he needs to work on. It's developing. I think his shot definitely is going to be improved with the work that he's going to put in with us. But the league has definitely changed. There's not a lot of bigs. You can go. I've been, at some gyms the last month. There's not a lot of bigs working on their back to the basket game. Everybody wants to shoot threes, and so with that, the way the trend is going, we need playmakers and guys that can play multiple positions. There's a lot of switching is going on. You saw the last 4 teams in the NBA everybody switched. You got to have guys that can break the defensive down because they're going to put big guys on guards, and the better teams in the league has guys that can guard guards, but you need to have guards that can attack and make plays, and we have a couple of really, really good ones.
When you say play multiple positions, which rounds of range? 1-3, 1-4?
Well, it just depends. I mean, the way it's been going the last couple of years, you never know. The 4 might really be a 3 now, just like a lot of the 5s are really 4s, as like 3 or 4 years ago. But I think he can play. He's definitely, we need him, and he has the ability to guard multiple players, multiple position players on the floor. And he's going to have to be able to do that, and we're going to work with him. It's not going to be easy. He's going to be guarding the quickest, fastest, most athletic players in the world at this level. But there's going to be, there's definitely going to be a learning curve. We know we have a player that's going to work, that's not afraid to work, that's going to be excited to work, and we have a staff that wants to get better with him, and I think he's going to really help our team develop into a team that can throw in different types of players on the floor, and they can play well with one another.
Scott, obviously you come into the draft part of this later than everybody else because of your day job. How much were you involved with making this decision and kind of throughout this process?
Well, I congratulate our staff. They work a lot of hours, and it's really, I see, with the season that I during the season I don't have time to spend a lot of time with them, but I have spent a lot of time in the last 4 to 6 weeks, and they put a lot of time in and watching players in practice and doing all the intel that they have to do on all the players. You don't know where you're going to pick. You don't know how that's going to end up, but I think definitely a part of it. I like my role in the process. I have a lot of respect for Ernie and the staff. We have 4 players that we drafted in our top 7 or 8 rotation players. That's not a lot. Not a lot of teams can say that. And hopefully we can add another guy that can play some minutes this year. But that remains to be seen. We're not definitely throwing minutes out, but we're going to give them opportunities to earn them.
Troy didn't shoot a fair potential as a shooter, and are you pretty confident that that's something you guys can improve?
We're very confident we can improve it. It's not something that we're going to just base it on game to game. You know what? He was 3 for 4 tonight. Oh, he's a great shooter. He was 0 for 2. Yep, he can't shoot. We're not going to judge him game to game. We're going to judge him how he works, and we're going to prepare him to work and be a pro. Because when you come into this league, you want to work with your players to be a professional. How to be a professional, being on time. How do you watch film? What do you put in your body? And how much sleep you get? Those are important roles that we, as a coach and our coaching staff, will play. And from what I understand, he's very coachable and he wants to get better. So that's a big part of the step in developing a young player. But now, and then after that, the easy stuff is just to get him in the gym working every day. That's the fun stuff. But the things that he's going to have to really are the things that 18-year-olds don't focus on: eating healthy and getting proper sleep. But our job is to make sure that he understands that that's an important part of being a pro player.
You said it was an easy call. Once you got to 15, how many players would you say, though, were kind of realistically in the discussion for you guys there?
Yeah, I mean, as the draft goes on, we target our players, and this is a guy that we're excited about. We were hoping that he would be there, and we were excited to have him. Like I said, he has long arms. He can guard. He can do a lot of good things, and it's a player that's going to continue to improve. And we're excited to help him along the way.
Thanks, Coach.